Hello everybody, it's Micha Green, Afro Washington DC editor, and last week I got to catch up with director Casey LEMMONS. You might know her from a little movie called Eve's Bayou or Black Nativity, but she has done it again with Harriet. Check out the full interview. Awesome. Well, I just want to first start by saying thank you so much for doing this film. I was so incredibly moved, and I understood the historical basis and why it was so important, but seeing how you were able to bring this narrative to life, I understood for sure the connection to today. Mm-hmm. And in particular, I was struck by how you were able to weave spirituality and the intense connection to spirituality, not only in the Black community, but sort of how we process things and how we move forward. And you've done that in other films, but here it's so incredibly in the forefront. And so why do you think that was important in this narrative, as well as why do you do this as a storyteller in general?
Being interested in humans and being interested in African Americans and Black people, spirituality is a huge thing for us. It just is, and it's part of the language that we speak, and it's part of this world that we're always living in. And for me, it's part of the world I'm always living in. And so, I felt a kindredness to her in that, and I started to feel that I was close to her, and that I could understand her, kind of through that as well.
So speaking of the tour, accuracy was just spot on, at least I felt, from everything we learned yesterday and then getting to see the film. And I know you worked with Kate, the historian, a little bit. But I'm interested in how you were able to balance something that is biographical and also give that creative touch that you're so great at.
Well, the great thing about her story is it lends itself so well to, it's almost mythic, and yet it's real.
Yeah.
So just putting the real story and just putting the real story of her and her family was it was stranger than fiction. It was richer, than fiction. So I was able to bring so much of her real life into it and keep the, all the entertaining elements of it. It really is a story that has tremendous movement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sure. And it's got jeopardy. It's got everything that you want from an adventure story, really, because it was an adventure story. And I did a lot of research. A lot of research, and really tried to feel who this woman was, and I tried to make it as authentic as possible. And yeah, we did worked with Kate and took it very seriously, and I took very seriously what the historians said to me about it and what they thought was important, and in many cases changed the script even after my research based on Kate's notes and other people. We had a Civil War historian, as well. And yeah, it was very important to me to try and get the real story right.
And so I know, and I've heard mumblings from other films that touch on slavery, particularly in the Black community. Why do we have to hear this again? Why are we going down this road? We've had a Black president. Why is this important?
Well, a couple of things. For one, I don't think we can, there's not a thorough enough examination of history that exists to me. We should be studying it every day, just to understand how we got here, because right now we're in a difficult place. And so just to understand our history, that's extremely important. But the Harriet story is one of the most, it's so inspirational and uplifting and exciting and something we can all be proud of. So it's not another slavery story. This is the good guys won, and they changed the world. It's an incredibly powerful, inspirational, heroic story that we own. It belongs to us. How could we not know the Harriet Tubman story? How could we not have a close friendship with this character? This is somebody that is ours. We can hold her and have her inspire us,
I tweeted yesterday, no shade to Black Panther, but this is our first real superhero movie. And it went viral. A lot of people loved that. But I'm wondering, why is it important to have a real life superhero?
Look, I don't think we've had enough women heroes. You know what I mean? Not to mention a black woman hero. You know, I think it's super important. She's ours. We get to own her, and people need to know about this. You know, we have millions of movies about white male heroes, and yes, many people have lived heroic lives. However, here's a woman who is almost without ugly baggage. You know, she's just a woman that had such an incredible life and is so such an amazing woman. We always talk about, you know, people talk about if there was somebody from history that you would like to have lunch with. I mean, give me Harriet any day. You know, I mean, you just want to be with her, and so we get to own that story. That's ours. You know, they can't take it away. You know, and they can't tell me nothing about, like, you know, there wasn't resistance or slavery wasn't as bad as we're making it seem. You know, this is a resistance fighter. This is somebody who was willing to die for freedom and for the freedom of others. So she's for me, it's an incredibly enriching and inspiring story and motivating story.
And do you feel like you've been changed at all since telling this narrative?
I mean, I do think I've learned some things about myself, but also I really tried to get next to her as a woman and as a black woman, and part of that is getting next to her heartbreak and her pain and her loss, because throughout history we've been able to move through that and use our pain to make us stronger. I mean, that's what I think black women have in common. Frankly, women, you know, it's something that we do. We're able to kind of to translate pain into strength, and so she exemplifies that. So I really wanted to get as a woman, I wanted to get next to her heartbreak, you know, and her pain and her loss, and see how she kind of was able to use that to fortify herself.
Awesome. That was so well put, and it's speaking to me on my own journey, so thank you. Well, I know we have to wrap up, but is there anything else you'd like to add for either Afro readers or viewers, or just about the film in general?
Go see it November 1st.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you so much. Thank you to the Afro for giving us this opportunity, and thank you to Casey and all of the creative team of Harriet. I really have been inspired. Go see it November 1st.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for your tweet.
Yes.